Have you ever looked into someone's eyes and felt a pull, a connection so strong it almost hurt? But then, just as quickly, they look away. Or they act different. A little too distant, a little too casual? What if I told you that sometimes those are the loudest signs of all? What if someone is secretly, fiercely, battling a tidal wave of feelings for you, and they're trying everything to keep it hidden? We've all been there, wondering, hoping, replaying every interaction. Is it just friendship? Or is there something deeper, something they're desperately trying to suppress? Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating, often heartbreaking, world of hidden emotions. We're revealing the 10 tiny, almost invisible signs that someone is secretly fighting their feelings for you. These aren't just theories. These are powerful psychological tells that, once you know them, will change how you see every single one of your interactions. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll understand those subtle glances and awkward silences like never before. Stick around, because the truth might just surprise you. Before we get into the signs, let's understand why people fight their feelings. It's not always because they don't care. In fact, it's often the opposite. They might be scared of rejection, afraid of messing up a friendship, recovering from past hurt, or perhaps they're already in a relationship. The human mind is incredibly complex, and when deep emotions are involved, our defense mechanisms kick into overdrive. We try to rationalize, to distance ourselves, to build walls. But here's the beautiful, tragic truth. The heart always leaves breadcrumbs. Sign number 1. The overcompensation for friendship. The first sign is something I call the overcompensation for friendship. This person will go out of their way to emphasize your platonic bond. They might frequently say things like, "You're such a great friend," or "I value our friendship so much," even when it feels a little much. Why do they do this? Because they're trying to convince themselves, and you, that nothing more exists. It's a psychological defense mechanism. They're trying to put you firmly in the friend zone box, not because they want you there, but because they need you there to protect themselves from their own escalating feelings. Pay attention to how often they use these labels, especially when it feels slightly out of context. Does it feel like they're trying to reinforce a boundary that doesn't actually need reinforcing? Sign number 2. The hot and cold behavior. This is a classic and one of the most confusing, the hot and cold behavior. One day, they're incredibly attentive, engaged, maybe even flirty. The next, they're distant, quiet, or even slightly irritable with you. It feels like whiplash, doesn't it? One moment you feel that spark, the next you're left wondering what you did wrong. But here's the secret. You probably did nothing wrong. This inconsistent behavior is often a direct result of their internal struggle. When their feelings become too intense, they pull back to regain control. They're not trying to hurt you. They're trying to manage an emotional overflow that feels overwhelming to them. It's a subconscious dance between wanting to be close and needing to create distance for self-preservation. Sign number 3. The exaggerated avoidance of eye contact. Next up, the exaggerated avoidance of eye contact, or the intense gaze followed by an abrupt break. Eye contact is incredibly intimate. When someone is fighting feelings, they often struggle with it. They might avoid your gaze altogether because it feels too revealing, too vulnerable. Or, on the flip side, they might lock eyes with you for a moment that feels electric, incredibly intense, almost like they're pouring their soul into you, and then suddenly, almost frantically, look away. That abrupt break? That's them snapping back to reality, realizing they've revealed too much, and pulling back into their emotional shell. It's a moment of truth, instantly regretted. Sign number 4. Their friends act strange around you. This is a powerful, often overlooked their friends act strange around you. Think about it. If someone is secretly harboring feelings, chances are their closest friends know. And how do friends react when they're in on a secret? They might become overly friendly, trying to gauge your interest, or they might become awkwardly quiet, trying not to give anything away. You might notice them exchanging knowing glances with the person, or suddenly changing the subject when you walk by. If their friends are acting like they know something you don't, there's a good chance they do, and it probably involves feelings for you. Sign number 5. Overly critical or teasing behavior. Here's a tricky one. Overly critical or teasing behavior. This person might playfully tease you a lot, or even be slightly critical about trivial things. This isn't about genuine dislike. It's a defense mechanism, a way to create distance or to mask their true feelings with something less vulnerable. Think about it. If they're constantly picking on your choices or making lighthearted jokes at your expense, it can keep things from getting too serious. Sometimes, this even stems from a subconscious desire to get your attention, even negative attention, because any interaction feels better than none. It's a clumsy, misguided attempt to manage the intensity of their feelings. Sign number 6. Unusually observant about you. Next, pay attention to how observant they are. They are unusually observant about you. They might notice tiny details about your appearance, your mood, or your habits that others miss. Oh, you got a new haircut. Or, you seem a little quiet today. Is everything okay? They might even remember small details you mentioned weeks ago. Why? Because when you have strong feelings for someone, your brain prioritizes information about them. You're subconsciously scanning for any and every detail, soaking it all in. This isn't just casual noticing. It's a deep, almost instinctual level of attention that speaks volumes about how much space you occupy in their mind. Sign number 7. They're always there, but never initiate more. This sign is subtle, but powerful. They're always there, but never initiate more. They might consistently be present in your life, always around when you need help, always joining activities you're at, always responding to your messages, but they never quite push for a deeper, more romantic interaction. They're orbiting you, constantly present, offering support, ensuring they stay relevant in your life. But when it comes to taking the next step, asking you out, or making a romantic move, they freeze. They're caught in a painful limbo. They want to be close to you. They want to be the one. But the fear of risking what they have, of facing potential rejection, paralyzes them. Their presence is a constant testament to their care, but their inaction is a testament to their fear. Sign number 8. Awkwardness in compliments or praise. Watch for awkwardness in compliments or praise. When they do compliment you, it might come out a little clunky, or they might quickly follow it up with a self-deprecating joke or change the subject. Giving a genuine compliment can feel incredibly vulnerable when you have hidden feelings. It exposes a part of their admiration. So, they might fumble their words, blush, or immediately try to lighten the mood after saying something heartfelt. It's their internal alarm bell ringing, telling them, too much. You're showing too much. They're trying to retract the emotional vulnerability they just accidentally revealed. Sign number 9. Extreme nervousness or uncharacteristic quietness around you. This is often a dead giveaway. Extreme nervousness or uncharacteristic quietness around you. If this person is usually outgoing, confident, and talkative, but becomes noticeably quieter, more reserved, or even visibly nervous when you're around, that's a huge sign. Their usual demeanor goes out the window. They might fidget, stammer, or struggle to find the right words. Or they might become unusually quiet, almost shrinking into themselves. This isn't shyness in general, it's specific shyness around you. Their internal world is a whirlwind of emotions, and that manifests as external anxiety. They care so much about what you think, about how they come across, that it overwhelms their ability to act naturally. Sign number 10. The sudden change in topic when you mention dating or other potential partners. Finally, and this one cuts deep, the sudden change in topic when you mention dating or other potential partners. If you casually bring up a date you went on or mention someone else you find attractive, notice their reaction. They might quickly change the subject, become noticeably quieter, or seem less engaged. Their body language might shift. They might subtly turn away or cross their arms. This isn't just polite conversation. It's a defensive reaction to pain. Hearing about your potential romantic interests with others is a direct hit to their hidden hopes. They're trying to protect themselves from that pang of jealousy and disappointment, and the quickest way to do that is to divert the conversation away from the painful truth. So, there you have it. 10 tiny, yet powerful, signs that someone might be secretly fighting their feelings for you. Remember, these signs are never about just one interaction. It's about patterns. It's about that consistent feeling in your gut that tells you there's more beneath the surface. If you recognize some of these in someone, it's not an invitation to ambush them with your discovery. It's an invitation for empathy, for understanding, and perhaps for patience. What do you think? Have you ever noticed these signs in someone? Or have you been the one fighting those secret feelings? Share your stories in the comments below. You never know who you might help if this video resonated with you. Please give it a like, share it with a friend who needs to hear this, and subscribe to the channel for more insights into the incredible world of psychology. Sometimes, the greatest love stories are the ones that start in silence, with a quiet battle of the heart. Be kind, be observant, and always trust your intuition. Until next time, take care.